Adventure. Over the minds of mortal men come many shadows. Shadows of greed and hate, jealousy and fear. Darkness is the absence of light. So in the sudden shadows which fog the minds of men and women ought to be found the strange impulses which urge them into the unknown. Dark Venture. And now tonight's Dark Venture.
So, sent you over to write a human interest story on old Pop Doran, did they, eh? Well, sit down, young man, sit down. Hey, why are you so nervous? Nothing to be nervous about here. Yeah, maybe you won't believe it, my boy, but I figure there isn't a more exciting place in the whole world than right here in this room. You know, there hasn't been a big newspaper store in this town for 38 years that I haven't known about in a way that nobody else could ever know. And all these years have proved one thing, my boy. No matter how we all bluster and strut, we're merely the toys of fate. Tim Porter and George Richards are the latest to prove what I mean. Tim, you know, was a big-shot racketeer until they put him in the pen for 10 years. While he was gone, George took over the firm, and he did all right, too. Yeah, I know every part of the story. You see, I got my own ways of finding out. It began around 10:30, night before last. George was humming a song to himself as he stood before his dressing mirror, smoothing down his hair. Then he heard the outside door of his apartment open, but he didn't look up.
Hey, you, Claire? I came early. I'll be right with you. Make yourself at home. Hey, what?
What's new, Georgie? Yeah.
Tim, how did you...
Don't you listen to the radio? I'm the man of the hour.
You broke out of prison.
Something like that.
Tim, you shouldn't have to find you.
How long do you think I was going to stay buried, Georgie? How long do you think I was going to eat that slop and look at the moon through steel bars?
You shouldn't have come here, Tim. This is one of the first places they look for you.
I've always been a great believer in statistics. I figure I got about another hour before things get really tough. I want to spend that hour with you. Planning.
All right, Tim.
Try to get some enthusiasm into your voice, Georgie.
What do you mean by that?
It's not going to be easy taking orders again after being the big shot for so long, is it?
I just tried to hold things together for you, Tim.
Okay. Now you can step down. I'm taking over again.
But how? Every cop in the country will be looking for
Money's a wonderful thing, Georgie. A buck in the right place is always worth miracles. I'll get along all right. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Right now, I'm getting a feet and half-starved. Run down to the restaurant, get me some sandwiches and coffee.
I'll call up and have the kid bring something over.
Go get it yourself. I don't want nobody coming up here.
But I don't...
You ain't used to taking orders anymore, are you, Georgie?
What's not that?
Look, you're right back where you started from when they filed me away. You're my number one boy. And that's all you are. Remember that, kiddo.
You shouldn't talk to me like that.
Look, I told you I was hungry. 2 sandwiches and a pot of coffee. With plenty of cream.
Okay, Tim.
Don't feel too bad, Georgie. Some guys would give their right arm to be Tim Porter's number one boy.
Number one boy. Where does he get that stuff? I ran things better than he ever did, yeah. I don't have to take that from anyone.
Well, what's it gonna be tonight?
Huh?
We got some good roast beef on the dollar dinner.
No. Just want to use the phone over in the corner. Hello, listen. I know you're looking for Tim Porter. He's in the second floor apartment at 612 Grand Avenue, but you better get your cops over there right away if you want to catch him. Me? I'm Santa Claus.
That'll be a nickel.
Yeah. Now I'll have some service, waiter.
What's it gonna be?
A cup of coffee. Black.
George drank his coffee right slow, and then smoked a cigarette. And he drank another cup of coffee. While sitting there, he heard the sirens. George was yelling at customers, so the waiter excused himself and went out to see what was going on. And when he came back a few minutes later...
Well, what'd you find out?
You know that guy who escaped from prison tonight, Tim Porter? Well, they got him trapped in an apartment just a couple of blocks from here. 20 minutes later, squad cars passed near the way. This time, the sirens were silent. George tried hard to hold up the little smile that kept tugging at his lips. Paid for his coffee, walked slowly back to his apartment. Everything was quiet now. All the cops were gone, except for a detective who was just coming down the steps.
Oh, you, George Richards. Want to talk to you.
What's up?
You know what's up, Big Shot.
No, a guy on the street told me every cop in the city was here a while ago. Something wrong?
You know your pal Tim Porter escaped from prison tonight?
That's so? Cigarette? No? Okay, I don't want myself. Yeah, I heard about that. I also heard his escape didn't last so long. I heard you boys found him again, right in this neighborhood.
You heard wrong, Richards. We got a tip he was up in your apartment, but it was a phony. He's still at large. Hey, you better blow that match out. You're going to burn yourself.
Well, George didn't have to worry about hiding that smile anymore. Somehow he got rid of the detective. Somehow he got upstairs near the apartment. Somehow he even poured himself a good drink. But the way his hand shook, most of the drink spilled out. Didn't matter, though. Before he could get it to his lips, the phone started ringing. George just stood there, in the middle of the dark apartment. At the ringing phone and paralyzed every nerve in his body. He waited for the phone to stop ringing. But it kept right on. As though whoever was at the other end of the line, no one was there. Finally.
Who is it?
Hello, Georgie.
Tim. Boy, was I worried.
Worried?
Yeah, somebody tipped off the cops that you were up here in my apartment. I told you shouldn't have come here, Tim. I thought you would have got you. And am I glad you got away? I just about went nuts when I saw those police cars leaving. You still on the phone, Tim?
Yeah, sure. But it ain't polite to interrupt somebody when they're talking. You all through talking, Georgie?
Huh? Sure, boss.
Boss? You ain't called me boss in a long time. Yeah, it sounds good.
How'd you get away from him?
How I worked it.
I'm sure glad you called me and told me everything's okay.
Now, that's not why I called you, Georgie.
No?
What time is it?
Huh? About 20 after 11. Why, boss?
Sometime between now and morning. I'm gonna kill you.
Kill me? What's a gang?
You were the only one who knew I was at your apartment.
No, wait a second. You don't think that I...
The only one who could have called the cops.
Oh, but I swear I didn't, boys. I swear I didn't.
As soon as you hang up this phone, you better start running, Georgie.
Oh, listen to me. You got it all wrong.
No matter where you run, remember this. You won't get away from me.
Oh, let me explain to you, boys.
You won't get away from me.
Boys, listen to me. Hello. Hello. George hurried to the closet where he kept his gun. He yanked open the closet door, looked on the top shelf. It's not here. He took it. I should have known. George rushed to the window that looked down in the backyard. In the dim light of a street lamp, he saw the garage door wide open. His car was gone. Tim had taken that too. And then it started. The voice. Like a whisper in his brain.
You won't get away from me.
Huh?
You won't get away from me.
George spun around as if expecting Tim to be actually in the room with him. But of course, the room was empty.
You won't get away from me.
The rest of the guys, they'll stick by me. I've been on the square with them. They'll help me. Yeah. I'll call John right now. I'll tell him what Tim's trying to do. The boys will stick by me. I still remember how Tim used to push them around, too. I always treated them fine.
Hello?
Hello, John. This is George. I just heard... John? John? He hung up. You never did that before.
Yeah?
Mikey, this is George.
What do you want, George?
You know, Tim broke loose tonight.
Yeah. The boss told us what you did.
Oh, but listen, I didn't...
We're all looking for you. If we find you, we're going to give you to Tim for a present.
Yeah, that's how it went. One call after another. They were all on Tim's side. And that turn started going through George's head again.
You won't get away from me.
Yeah. What am I hearing?
You won't get away from me.
Tim. Tim.
You won't get away from me.
We'll return to our story. Now back to our dark venture for tonight.
Chase.
George Witches last night just proved my theory about fate watching us from the sidelines and laughing at us and our big plans. Well, I guess you're wondering what part I played in all this, since I know so much about it, eh? Well, I played a mighty important part. Maybe you can figure out what it was, huh? When George realized the rest of the gang were on Tim Porter's side, he knew there was only one thing left for him to do. Get out of town fast. So at 1:20 in the morning, he began looking for some way to escape.
I want to rent a car. Yeah, any good car. Yeah, for just a couple of days. I don't care what it costs. Can you take care of me? Swell. How long you open? All night? Okay.
George hurried to his bedroom to pack a few clothes in a suitcase. And as he ransacked his dresser, he happened to glance into the dresser mirror. He'd aged 10 years in the last hour. His face was drawn, deathly pale. His eyes glinted like the eyes of a trapped animal.
The doorbell. Who could that be at this time of the night? Let's take a look. It's Mikey's car. They come for me. I gotta get out of here.
George went to the back door of the apartment. No one was there. He hurried down the steps. Then suddenly...
There he is! You won't get away from me.
Finally, he came out of the alley into a side street. He'd escaped them. But for how long?
You won't get get away from me.
Yes, what can I do for you, mister?
I talked to you on the phone a while ago about renting a car.
Oh, yes, I remember. Well, I think I can take care of it.
Good.
You won't be taking it out of town, will you?
No, just in the city, but I need it right away.
All right. Oh, I told you about the deposit. It's going to take quite a bit.
That's all right.
Okay. Now, if I can see your driver's license, just for identification, of course.
Yeah. Here it is.
Okay, let's see. George Richards. Richards? Oh, boy.
What's wrong?
Boy, I'm sorry I had you come way out here for nothing, Mr. Richards.
What?
On second thought, I was wrong about that car. I haven't got a thing on the lot that will do you any good.
What are you talking about? You just told me
I haven't got a thing, Mr. Richards.
What are you trying to pull? My doe's as good as anybody else's.
It's not that. But renting you a car would be pretty risky.
What do you mean by that?
Well, there's no reason why I shouldn't tell you. In my business, I got to keep my ear pretty close to the ground, as they say. And according to what I hear, well, by morning, you're going to be a dead man, Mr. Richards. So George was right back where he started, with Tim and all the boys looking for him. Now he began going around to all the hideouts that the boys had used in the old days. The little side street hotels and dark warehouses. Anywhere that he might hide until tomorrow.
Not me, George. I can't help you. You know why. The cops were after you. It'd be different. But it's Tim Porter, and if he found you here, he'd skin me alive.
Just for the night, Charlie. Just
I'm not sorry, George.
Wow. This is a nice surprise for the middle of the night, Mr. Richards. To what does the police department owe the pleasure of this visit?
Look, Inspector, you gotta help me.
Help you?
Tim's gonna kill me before morning. Put me in a cell. Do anything but help me.
Relax. Now, it's not becoming for such an important member of our community to whimper like this. Now, just why is Tim going to kill you? I thought you were his right-hand man.
I'm the one who called in that tip tonight about him being in my apartment.
Is that right?
Yeah, and he knows about it, so he's going to kill me. You see, I was trying to help you guys, so it's only right that you should try to help me.
Trying to help us, huh? How stupid do you think we are, Richard?
Huh? What do you mean?
That tip was as phony as this act you're putting on.
But you're wrong, I tell you.
Now that we know pretty close to where Tim was when that tip came through, we thought it was on a level.
Well, it was on the level.
I don't think so. I think you called to throw us off the trail long enough for Tim to reach his hideout.
Oh, I tell you, you're wrong.
And when you go back to Tim, you tell him that 500 cops are out looking for him, and that when we find him, he'd better be awful polite. Now get out of here.
No.
Get out of here.
Please, Inspector.
I said get out of here.
At 3 in the morning, George walked down the police station steps and into a city that was now completely his enemy. Every shadow, every sudden sound could mean violent death.
Brother? What are you doing sneaking up on me like that?
Help Brian, brother.
Oh. Yeah, here.
Bless you, brother.
Yeah, thanks. You could use it.
Hey.
See that car parked by the curb? I didn't notice that before. Somebody inside. What are they waiting for? Maybe that's Tim and the others. Maybe they spotted me. I better get out of here.
In a parked car, two lovers clung together, quite sure that this was the best of all worlds. Now George's footsteps dragged just a little. All the strain of the long night was catching up with him. Breathed heavier. Legs were like chunks of wood. Strength left him. Then here he saw the entrance of a subway station.
Subway. I wouldn't dare bother me on a subway train. Maybe you can get some sleep.
So George started down the steps. But the subway was dark and empty. And halfway down, he was suddenly stopped by a barricade of ropes and lumber. Near to the barricade was a sign. George could barely read it by the dim light in the street above.
Closed for repairs. Passenger service at 56th Street. 56th Street? It's 10 blocks from here. How do you like that? Even the lousy subway won't give me a break. 10 blocks through those dark streets with Tim up there looking for me. Oh, no. I'm going down there. I'm still being pushed around. Even the subway. That's one for the books. Okay, I can get through now.
The darkened platform was completely deserted. In one corner, he saw a bench. He stumbled toward it and sank down. He was exhausted.
So tired. So tired.
His head drooped. His mind spun into darkness.
By morning, you're going to be a dead man, Mr. Richards.
Dead man? No.
When we find you, we're going to give you the Tim for a present.
Hey, listen, Mike.
Go on, get out of here with that phony story.
Inspector, you gotta believe
You
me.
won't get away from it.
George woke suddenly. First, he didn't know why. And then he realized someone was coming down the subway steps.
He's down here. I spotted him coming in about an hour ago. You sure it's him? Pretty sure.
They found me. Get quiet. Don't make a sound.
Turn your light around. Okay. He's here somewhere.
George watched the beam of light edge toward him, then creep away, and return, searching for him. He crouched down, his lips trembled. And then suddenly the light was full in his face.
There he is. So we finally caught up with him.
No, you're not taking me to Tim. You're not taking me to Tim.
I'm warning him. Okay. I think I got him. Down there at the end of the platform.
George watched them come closer. He tried to sit up and stumbled over. He tried to crawl away, but it was useless.
You won't get away from me. You won't get away from me.
No, I didn't get away, Tim. You win it. I didn't get away.
It looks like he's hit pretty bad. You better get him out of here. Hey, Bill, look at this guy. Huh? He doesn't look like the description of the one we're after. He must be. What's he doing down here? I don't know, Bill. I hope you didn't make a mistake. I don't start that. You know as well as I, the company gave us orders. Get the thief who's been breaking in down here.
Wait.
That's what they said.
Wait.
I only followed orders.
Wait. Please. Orders. Ain't you guys working for Tim?
Hey, Bill, who's this? Who are you talking about? How should I know? Come on. Come with it.
No, wait. You're not working for Tim. He didn't get me after all. I did get away.
Bill, look. He's dead. Well, about an hour later, 5 o'clock, the ambulance boys brought him down here. And then I played my part in the story, like I said.
Where do you want him, Pop?
Good over there, near that other one.
Okay. 2 within the last couple hours. This morgue, getting to be the busiest place in the whole city.
Yeah, my job down here at the morgue might sound pretty depressing and dull, but it really isn't, young fella. Kind of makes you philosophical after a while, like Tim Porter's boast and how George thought it hadn't worked out, but it did work out. Well, you see, that other body the ambulance guy talked about was Tim Porter. He'd been ambushed and shot to death at 3:30 in the morning, 10 miles from the subway where George was sleeping. Yeah. But George didn't really get away from Tim after all. Well, there they are, lying side by side.
Next week at the same time. On the next Tuesday, this is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.